Okay, hello everybody. I am not here to do your review, so I have videoed the review, me doing the whole thing for you. So you will be ready for the test tomorrow on Tuesday. Enjoy hearing my country slang. Okay, number one. If the measure of angle 3 is 28, then what's the measure of angle 4? So looking at our number 1, angle 3 and angle 4 are side by side. They're a linear pair, so they are supplementary. So angle 3 is 28, so 180 minus 28 leaves me with 152. Okay, so again, the relationship between angle 3 and 4 is linear pair. They're supplementary, so you do 180 minus the 28 and get 152 for your answer. Number 2, angle 2 and angle 4 have what relationship? They are vertical angles, so they are congruent. So we're going to, whatever 2 is, 4 is. So 2 is 95, so 4 is 95. Okay, number 3. A and B are supplementary. The measure of B is 3 times the measure of A. So you've got angle A, we'll say is X. Then the measure of angle B is going to be 3 times that measure. So we've got X for A, 3 times the measure of A for B. So 3X. Find the measure of angle A and B. They are supplementary, so they add up to 180. So you get 4X equals 180. 180 divided by 4 equals X. That will give you 45. Okay, now they want angle A would be, the measure of angle A would equal 45 because that was X. And the measure of angle B was 3 times X. So measure of angle B is 3 times 45, which is 135. Okay, that's number 3. So you get angle A is 45, angle B is 135. All right, 1, 2, and 3 completed. Number 4, complete these statements. If R and S are complementary and angle R is 35, then what is angle S? Complementary means they add up to 90. So I'm going to say how about 90 minus 35 gives us the answer, which will be 55. So the answer would be C. Be very careful here. Complementary is 90, okay? 90 minus the 35 gives us 55. All right, number 5, we got angle G and angle H are supplementary. H is 67. Supplementary means 180. So we're going to say 180 minus 67 and get 113. Okay, complementary 90, supplementary 180. Number 6, angle 1 and angle 2 form a linear pair. A linear pair is supplementary. 180. So if angle 1 is 73, you do 180 minus 73, and the measure of angle 2 would be 107. So that's our answer for 6, 107. Okay, that's 4, 5, and 6. I know I go fast, so if you need to have it paused, remember you can pause it, rewind it, whatever you need. Pause it there so you can copy it down. All right, number 7, find the value of X in the figure below. We have X, 4X, and 20. They all make a linear pair. Well, more than a pair, but all of them make one line. So all of those together would add up to 180. So x plus 4x plus 20 equals 180. X and 4x is 5x. Subtract 20 from both sides. 5x equals 60. Divide by 5. X equals 160. Okay, sorry. 5x. So divide by 5. 160 divided by 5 will give you 32. Okay, x is 32. That's all we had to find, not to measure the angles. So x is 32. All right, now we're going to find x in this figure. These three add up to 90 degrees. So x plus 2x plus 15 equals 90. 3x plus 15 equals 90. Subtract 15 from both sides. 3x equals 75. Divide 75 by 3 and you get 25. So x equals 25. All right, so in this pair, again, we had supplementary. They all add up to 180. So you added them up equal to 180 and solve for x. In this set, they were equal to 90. Remember that little box means right angle 90 degrees. We set them equal to 90 and solve for x. Okay, the non-shared sides of two adjacent angles form a pair of opposite rays. The angles are a linear pair. Remember, opposite non-shared sides. Here's their adjacent side. Remember, this one's adjacent. These are the non-adjacent sides. And they go in opposite directions. Okay. Number 10. Again, I talked about how angles are named with 3 letters. So O is the vertex. So when we look at AOB, we need to name an angle that's adjacent to AOB. Is BOE adjacent to AOB? No, it's not, because that would be part of that angle. So mark him out. How about COD? COD is here. Okay, that is not adjacent because there's still an angle in between that one. So that doesn't work. All right, so hold on. So let me erase this. Now let me highlight BOD. Okay, BOD. Okay, that one is next to that one. So that would be our answer. Let's just look at DOE. DOE would be this angle. So it's definitely not adjacent. Okay, so adjacent, remember, is next to or beside. So that's why that angle is beside it, BOD. Okay, number 11. Name an angle supplementary to DOE. All right, so we've got DOE. So this is that angle right here. All right, is BOC supplementary to it? No, BOC is over there. All right. COD is right here. Now, is it going to be supplementary? This makes a line. Would those both add up? Yes, so B is the correct answer. BOE would have been over here. AOB would have been here, which would not have worked. Okay. Number 12. Name an angle vertical to AOC. All right, we've got AOC. Now, AOB would be that angle. And that's part of AOC, so that's not vertical to it. So I'm going to erase that. Okay, so not AOB. All right, how about DOE? Oh yeah, now we have two intersecting lines that make a big X. This angle and this angle would be vertical angles. So DOE is correct. COD would be over here, not opposite. Remember, vertical angles are opposite. So you're looking for the one across from it. Okay? Okay. All right, 13. In the figure shown, the measure of AED, so this angle is 124. Now, true or false? BEC, which is this one, and AED are vertical. That would make the big X. So that angle would be vertical to that angle. Okay, BEC would equal what? 124. So this one is true. Now, for a statement to be true when you have two things with an and, both parts have to be true for it to be true. Both parts have to be true for it to be true. If one part was false, then the whole statement is false. The entire statement is false. Okay. 14. Well, let me go back. That was quick. Write that down. I know you didn't get all that written down in that amount of time. Okay, 14. Now, in the figure shown, AED is 125. So we've got AED is 125. True or false? CED. All right, so let's mark CED and AED are adjacent angles. So they are adjacent, aren't they? They are next to each other. So yes, they're adjacent, so check. And CED would equal 55. So if this was 55, they would add up to what? 180. This is also true because both parts are true. They are adjacent, and CED does equal 55 because that would be a linear pair that would add up to 180. Oh, sorry. I'm going pretty quick again. Okay. 15, solve for x. What kind of angles do we have here? We have angles beside each other that make a line. So supplementary. When we have supplementary angles, we add them up to 180. So 4x plus 90 plus 2x plus 72 equals 180. So 4x and 2x is 6x. 90 and 72 is 162. Subtract the 162 from 180. 6x would equal, I'm doing my math in my head right here, 18. Yes, 18. So divide by 6. X equals 3. Now, I'm going to check my answer. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 plus 90 would be 102. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 72 is 78. That would add up to 180. So my X is correct. Okay, write a definition for supplementary angles. Two angles are supplementary if the sum of their angles is 180. If they add up to 180. Two angles that add to 180. Okay. Define complementary angles. Two angles that add to 90. Sorry, go back. I know y'all probably have not finished writing all that down. Okay. 18. The measure of an angle is 20 less than the measure of its supplement. Find the measure of the angle and the measure of its supplement. All right, so remember I said 20 less, so subtract 20 from it, and that would be x because it's 20 less than that, and x is your other angle. So you've got one angle that's x, and then the other supplement is x minus 20. Now these added together, because they're supplementary, will add up to 180. So we end up with 2x minus 20 equals 180. Add 20. 2x equals 200. Divide by 2. X equals 100. 100 minus 20 is 80, and that would be 100. So 180 would be fine. We got to do the measure, though. So x is 100. So I'll hold up, let you write that. So this angle measures 100, and 100 minus 20 gives us 80. And 180 add up to 180. Okay. Let me wait just a second. Remember, you can have him pause it. You don't have to go at my pace. Hit the pause button and write down everything and then continue on. 19. Name a pair of vertical angles in the figure above. How about angles 1 and 3? They're across from each other. And then angles 2 and 4. Okay. Name an angle supplementary to angle 2 in the figure above. You could have angle 1 or angle 3. Supplementary, remember, that makes a line. Those two would add up. And this makes a line. Those two would add up. Okay. 21. In the figure, angle 1 and 2 are, okay, I'm here and here. I'm on the outside. Remember, this is the interior. This is the exterior, and this is exterior. So these are going to be exterior angles. So that means the only one that could be is alternate exterior, and that is because they're across from each other. So alternate across from each other. And they're exterior angles because they're outside the two lines. Okay, so alternate exterior. Okay, number 22. In the figure below, angles 6 and 3 are interior, because they're between the two lines. Okay, and they are beside each other on the same side. So they're same side consecutive interior angles. Okay, because they're interior, they're in between the two lines, they're on the same side of the transversal. If you are still struggling with this during the review time, you need to practice these angles. Remember, you can draw this set of angles and label them and continue to practice which ones are corresponding, which ones are alternate interior, which ones are alternate exterior, which ones are same side interior, which ones are same side exterior. But you need to practice that because it will be on the test tomorrow. All right, in the figure, angle 6 and angle 2. So we're looking at 6 and 2. Okay, you've got one on the outside and one on the inside. This one's outside the lines. This one's inside the lines. And it makes, if you draw this, the letter F is the way corresponding angles do. See that letter F? It could be a backwards or the other side. Both of those. That's your corresponding angles. So, corresponding. Okay? So, remember that letter, the capital letter F, will set you up for corresponding. And if you flip it the other way, then that's your corresponding. So, you've got those two. 2 and 6 are, 3 and 7 are, 1 and 5 are, 4 and 8 are your corresponding angles. Okay, number 24. All right, angle 5 and angle 3. So we're looking at this one and this one. They're across from each other. They're inside interior because they're inside the lines. They're between the two lines. Okay? In between the two lines. And they're across from each other, so they're alternate interior angles. Okay, number 25. How about 8 and 1 in this figure? These are both exterior because they are outside of the two lines. Okay, angles 8 and 1. So they're outside, but they're on the same side of the transversal. So these are going to be same side exterior angles. Okay, I'll give you a minute to write all that down. There's another pair that would be same side exterior. If we were looking, they would be 2 and 7. Would be the other pair. Okay, we're getting close to the end, y'all. We're on 25. Remember, this video is posted on my website, so if you still need some help, watch it at home again tonight as you go through the review so that you'll be ready for the test on tomorrow, on Tuesday. Okay. Number 26. In the figure, L is parallel to N, so these lines are parallel. R is the transversal, so this is our transversal. Which of the following is not necessarily true? 8 congruent to 2. Okay, they are alternate exterior angles. So yes, they are congruent. Okay, 2 and 6. So let's look at 2 and 6. 2 and 6. They're corresponding. So yes, they are congruent. All right, 5 and 3. So let me do these in green. 5 and 3. Those are alternate interior angles. So they are congruent. All right, 7 and 4. 7 and 4. They're not anything. 4 and 6 are alternate interior. 7 and 5 are vertical. And then 5 and 4 would be supplementary, so 4 and 7 would be supplementary. So this would be the one that's not necessarily true because they should do add up to 180, not congruent to each other. Okay, so you've got to, when you have a question like this, you got to go through each set, each pair, and see what they are. Alternate exterior are congruent, corresponding are congruent, alternate interior are congruent. The only ones that aren't are the supplementary. So not congruent, but supplementary. Okay, number 27. Line M is parallel to line N. Okay, and they are intersected by the same two transversals. Which angle is not necessarily congruent to angle 4? All right, here's angle 4 sitting here with this transversal. Okay, and then this is another transversal. Okay, looking at angle 12. Okay, I'm going to put that in green. Okay, relationship between 4 and 12 would be corresponding. So it would be congruent. Okay, now how about 4 and 16? All right, I'm going to put a smiley face next to 4 and 16 to look at that relationship. Okay, they're on the same side. 4 and 16 are on the same side on the outside of those lines. So that would be same. So 4 and 16, hold on. 4, oh, smiley faces everywhere. Let me change that back, sorry. Oops. Okay. Try this again. See if I pick up my pen if this works. Okay, maybe. 4 and 16, there we go. So 4 and 16 are same side exterior. So they would be supplementary, not congruent. So let's just look at 7. 7 and 4 are vertical. So they would be congruent because all vertical angles are congruent. So that is and that is. So far 16 did not. 15 and 4, if you look, let me get another, how about a star? Okay, 15 and 4 are alternate exterior, which makes them congruent. So this is the one that's not because it's supplementary. Remember, all these angles are either not corresponding, are either congruent or supplementary. That is the pairs you have here. They're either equal to each other, congruent, or they add up to 180, supplementary. All right, 28. All right, so I gave you here 6 is 15x minus 5. 2 is 13x plus 5. Now you've got to know the relationship between 6 and 2. They are corresponding. So they're congruent. So we're going to set these equal and solve for x. Oops, sorry, I messed up. All right, so I'm going to subtract the 13x from both sides. 2x minus 5 equals 5. Add 5 to both sides. 2x equals 10. Divide by 2. X equals 5. Okay, I'll leave that a minute. Okay, number 29. Now, we're looking at angles 5 and 4. 5 and 4. They're on the same side, and they're on the interior because they're between these two lines. Okay? Now, same side are supplementary, so that means they add up to 180. So we've got 14x plus 7 here. We've got 10x plus 5 here. So 14x plus 7 plus 10x plus 5 equals 180. Be careful here because lots of people will try to set them equal. They are not equal, they are supplementary. They add up to 180. So 14 and 10 is 24x plus 12. You're going to subtract 12. $168. Divide 168 by 24. Pull up my calculator. Maybe. Oh, whoa, went away. Hold on. I lost my calculator. Okay, now 168 divided by 24. 7. So x equals 7. All right. Give you a minute to write that down. Okay, last one. Yes. Solve for x and y. So this one's a little more complicated. 2 is 4x minus 8. 7 is 11x plus 2y. So this is where the y comes in. And 8 is 3x plus 10. All right, I can't do anything with this x and y together. I got to use this one and this one because they're both x's. So what relationship does 2 and 8 have? They are on the outside. They're across from each other, so they're alternate exterior angles, which means they are congruent to each other. That's their relationship. So we're going to set those equal to find x. Okay, now subtract 3x from both sides. X minus 8 equals 10. Add 8, you get 18. So x is 18. All right, but we got to go find y now. The relationship between these two angles is they add up to 180. They're right next to each other. They make a linear pair, so they're supplementary. Okay? So add up to 180. So 3x plus 10 plus 11x plus 2y equals 180. Oops. Okay. Now you say, well, we still got an x and a y. Well, we know what x is. X is 18, so we're going to plug in 18 here and here. So 3 times 18 is 54. 54 plus 10 plus 18 times 11. Did not work. 18 times 11. 198. Okay, plus 2y equals 180. All right, so add up 198, 10, and 54. And you get 262 plus 2y equals 180. So we're going to subtract 262. So we end up with 2y equals whatever 262 from 180. So 180 minus 262 is negative 82. Divide by 2. Y equals negative 41. Okay. Negative 41. All right, that finishes your review. Again, it is posted on the web page, so make sure if you have any questions or still need some help, you go back through this. If you need it rewound at any point, still go back to look at another one that you missed and pause it. Have the substitute do that for you. Hope y'all have a great evening. Good luck on your test tomorrow. Thanks.